4. What if I told you that half of the world's most popular passenger jets were suddenly declared unfit to fly? It sounds like the plot of a disaster movie, but this week, it became a shocking reality for the aviation industry. Airbus, one of the giants of the sky, issued an unprecedented order, grounding nearly 6,000 of its A320 family aircraft. This is, without a doubt, the largest aircraft recall in history. Imagine, one moment you're booking a flight, and the next, the plane you were supposed to be on is parked indefinitely on the tarmac. This decision sent shockwaves through global travel, as roughly half of the entire A320 fleet worldwide was either told to stop flying immediately or undergo urgent, comprehensive checks. So, what could possibly be so serious that it brings the workhorse of modern aviation to a screeching halt? The answer lies deep within the digital heart of the aircraft, its flight control system. A critical and previously unknown software vulnerability was discovered. A hidden flaw that could have potentially catastrophic consequences. This bug affects the highly complex process of how the plane's onboard computer interprets data from its array of sensors. Think of it like a translator suddenly forgetting a keyword. The message gets garbled, and the results are unpredictable. The flight control computer is the brain of the aircraft, responsible for making millions of calculations a second to keep the plane stable and on course. When it receives faulty information, it can't do its job properly. The specifics are technical, but the core issue is that under certain conditions, the computer could misinterpret vital data, leading to incorrect flight control inputs. And in the air, there is absolutely no room for that kind of error. Now, here's where the story takes a fascinating and almost sci-fi twist. The root cause of this massive problem isn't a simple coding mistake or a mechanical failure. Investigators have traced it back to an unlikely culprit, the sun. That's right, intense solar radiation from recent solar storms has been identified as the trigger for this vulnerability. A specific microchip within the flight control unit was found to be susceptible to what's known as a single event upset. Essentially, when a high-energy particle from the sun strikes this chip in just the right spot, it can flip a bit of data from a 1 to a 0, or vice versa. This tiny, invisible event is enough to corrupt the chip's function, causing it to glitch and feed erroneous information to the main flight computer. It's a stark reminder of how interconnected our advanced technology is with the natural forces of the universe, and how something happening 93 million miles away can ground an entire fleet of aircraft here on Earth. As you can imagine, the ripple effects on airlines and passengers have been enormous. The grounding caused immediate and widespread disruption. We're talking thousands of flight delays, mass cancellations of routes, and a logistical nightmare for airlines trying to reshuffle their entire fleet. Airports became scenes of chaos as travelers found their plans suddenly up in the air, quite literally. To cope with the sudden shortage of aircraft, some carriers had to make difficult decisions, like pulling older, less fuel-efficient planes out of storage and rushing them back into service. It was an all-hands-on-deck emergency to keep global travel from grinding to a complete halt. This crisis has been a brutal stress test for the aviation industry, exposing just how dependent the world is on this single family of aircraft and how quickly things can unravel. The good news in all of this is that the problem was caught before any major incidents occurred. Safety is, and always will be, the #1 priority in aviation. Right now, a massive global effort is underway. Airbus engineers have developed a software patch to fix the vulnerability, and teams are working around the clock to install it. Alongside the software update, every single affected aircraft must undergo a rigorous hardware verification process to ensure the susceptible microchip is functioning correctly. No plane will be allowed to return to the skies until it has been patched, tested, and cleared by regulators. So, if you see an A320 flying today, you can be confident that it has already passed these new stringent safety checks. This event has been a wake-up call, but it also demonstrates the industry's unwavering commitment to safety, acting decisively to protect millions of passengers. Too, it's a complex and unfolding story, and we'll be sure to keep you updated. Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, be sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of aviation.